Okay, we are now Baruch Hashem on Daf Zayin Amud Aleph. We finished 5 blot. There is going to be a 5 blot bechina given out by Daf Hashavua on Gemara Rashi. Anyone that wants to chaz a review with me, please reach out to me and we'll chaz it together, the 5 blot. So the last thing we learned was there was a machlokes between Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi, and Rabbi Shimon Gamliel in the name of Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi said that when there's 2 others, everything happens in the first other. Rabbi Shimon Gamliel in the name of Rabbi Yossi said everything happens in the second other. They argue about B'chol Shana V'Shana. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi, B'chol Shana V'Shana, that we do the same as we do every year. Every year, Purim comes out after which month? The month of Adar that we do Purim comes out after which month? Shvat. And so therefore we do it in the first Adar. And according to Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, named Rabbi Yossi, every year we do it in the month, it always goes in the month preceding Nisan, because we're supposed to have the closeness of Geula to Geula, and therefore we do it in the second month. And then we brought down a second reason on the bottom of Vav Amud Beis. Rabbi Elazar Amar time to Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, bottom line, a different reason for Rabbi Shimon Gamliel why we do it in the second month. Because it says, it says, to fulfill the writing of the letter of Purim, Hashenis, the second one. So therefore the Shenis is extra. So Rashi says it comes to include Chodesh Sheni. So now the Gemara has a question. We have 2 different sukkim which teach us what? Which teach us that you do it in the second month. Either we have B'chol Shan V'Shana or we have Shenis. So says the Gemara. The Itzrach L'Michtav HaShenis, we need to write Hashenis v'Itzrach L'Michtav B'chol Shana V'Shana. We need both reasons. If we would only have the first reason of B'chol Shana V'Shana that we have it close to Nisan, I might have thought Kikushan, like our question, that why don't we say Chol Shana V'Shana means that we do it after Shabbat and do it in the first one? It doesn't hold enough weight, that first reason. Kamashma and Hashenis comes along the second buzzer to tell us that it's in the second month. V'yashmin and Hashenis, we would only have the second reason of Hashenis, Havamina B'tchil B'rishon U'V'Sheni. I might have thought that when there's 2 months, it's better to do it 2 times, but B'rishon U'V'Sheni. Kamash Malan comes along B'chol Shana V'Shana and says, no, we do it the way we do it every year. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi. Now, what about Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi? He learns it out that we do it in the first month. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Yossi, Hay Hashenis Ma'avidle. What does he do with the pasuk of Hashenis? He says that we do it in the first month. Ma'avidle says Gemara, Mibaylech Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yehuda. He learns like Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yehuda uses it. Dam Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yehuda betchila kavu b'Shushan. What does it mean the second time, the letter? There was a second one, because betchila kavu b'Shushan. First, they just made the Yontif in Shushan, locally. And then b'chol olam kulo, a second time, they created that the Yontif is b'chol olam kulo for everybody. Says the Gemara further, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines down on Zayin Amud Aleph. Take a Gemara. Amra, please. Amra Rabbi Shmuel Bar Yehuda. Rabbi Shmuel Bar Yehuda says, Sholchu l'Mesach sent a message l'Chamim k'va'uni l'Doros. Please set me up, establish the Yontif and the reading of the Megillah for Yontif, for the Doros, so that I won't be forgotten. Rashi says, Lios li shame. Sholchullah, they sent to her, Kinat Amaras Aleinu Lebein Umos. You're going to cause a upsetness from the different Umos Ha'olam when they read the Megillah. If we're going to set it up, they're going to read what happened. They're going to read about their downfall, and then they're going to be upset at us. We don't want to do that. Sholchullah. So she sent back to him. It's already. I already wrote it in the history books of Malchei Modeh Uparas of the stories that they have out, the history stories of Malchei Modeh Uparas. So therefore, it's already there. Anyone who wants to read it, they'll read it over there. So therefore, please set it up for generations. Rav Chanina, Rabbi Yochanan, Rav Chaviva. We have 4 Amoraim. Rav Chanina, Rabbi Yochanan, Rav Chaviva. Says the Gemara parenthetically, Masnu b'kulu seder moed. Masnu. They learned. Then the Gemara says, b'kulu seder moed. Anytime we have these 4 people in Seder Moed, Kol Ki Aizuga, anytime we have these pair of 4, Chalufe, this group, Chalufe Rabbi Yochanan Umayel Rabbi Yonasan. Switch Rabbi Yochanan for Rabbi Yonasan. So it should really say Rav Chanina, Rabbi Yonasan, Rav Chaviva. Sholchu lahem Esther lachachamim. They said that Esther sent to the Chum the following: Kisvuli Lidoros, write the Megillah and write it for generations so that I won't be forgotten. Sholchula, they sent to her the following problem. There's a problem. Why? Halokasavti l'cha shalishim. It says in a pasuk in Mishlei, it says Halokasavti l'cha shalishim. There are 3 times in Tanakh, and we're in Nach, where we speak about Amalek, Shlishim 3 times. Shlishim v'lo ribeim. 3 times and not 4 times. What are those 3 times? In the end of Bishalach, the end of Kiseitze, in Shemos, the end of Kiseitze, and in Shmuel, when by Shaul HaMelech we speak about Amalek that he has to eradicate Amalek. So that's 3 times below Ribeim. So we learn from the pasuk in Mishlei, not a 4th time in Ksuvim to make a Megillah Esther. That's what they first said to Esther. Ad Shem Matzla Mikra Kasav Torah, till they found a different pasuk in the Torah that allowed them to interpret the pasuk in Mishlei different. What does it say in the Torah? Ksov Zos Zikaron Basefer. It says, write Ksov Zos, write this Zikaron as a remembrance Basefer in the Sefer. So they learned out from this that Ksov Zos, write this means Mashakasav Kan Mishnah Torah. That the one in Shemos and in Devarim, that's counted as 1. Rashi explains why. The Chol Mashkas B'Torah Korik Sav Echad. That's called 1 writing. In the Torah is 1. Zikaron, write as a remembrance, Mashkas B'Neviim. That's in Shmuel. Basefer, now we have 1 more pasuk of Basefer available to teach us what? Mashakasav B'Megillah, to write, to remember what it's written in the Megillah, that we could write about Haman, the descendant of Amalek, a 4th time. And therefore, they would learn that why it says Shalishim only 3. They would learn that when it says Shalishim, it means in the 3 books. 1 is in the Torah. 1 is in the what? In the Nevi'im. And 1's going to be in the Ksuvim. Not like they thought originally that 3 means 3 exact times. 1 in Shemos, 1 in Devarim, and 1 in Shmuel. And in fact, the Gemara is going to say, Ketanai, this is actually what we thought originally, and what we ended up saying to Esther, that's actually, at least according to us, it's a machlokas tanoim. Why? Ketanai, it's a machlokas tanoim, ksov zos, write this, mashakasav kan. What's written over here? Zikaron, mashakasav Mishnah Torah. Write 1 in Shemot. This is the Tanakhama. Is going to learn like we originally thought. Ksov zos, mashakasav kan. What's written over here in Shemos? Zikaron, mashakasav Mishnah Torah, that which is written in Devar. Vasefer, mashakasav b'Neviim. Diva Rabbi Yeshua. This is what's written in the Nevi'im. These are the words of Rabbi Yeshua. Keep that in mind. We're going to bring this down later. Bear in mind the sheet of Rabbi Yeshua that he holds that Megillah Esther, that it wasn't written L'doros, that the Chacham said they can't write it L'doros as one of the real books because it says Shalishim, Div Rabbi Yeshua. Rabbi Lazar Amodayom, Rabbi Lazar Amodai says, like we just said, Ksovs, like the 4th Amoraim said earlier, Ksovzos, Mashakasakan Uba Mishnah Torah. Zikaron, Mashakasa Beneviim. That was written in the Nevi'im. Basefer Mashakasa Megillah. So it's a machlokas Tanoim, exactly whatever these 4 Amoraim said, that originally the Rabbanan said to Esther that they can't write it, they held like Rabbi Yeshua, and then they said they could write it, they held like Rabbi Lazar Modai. That's what these 4 hold. Obviously, Rabbi Yeshua doesn't hold that happened. Rabbi Yudam Shmuel. Esther Eina Metames Yadayim. Esther, the book of Esther, the Megillah Esther, we know that anything that's really a sefer is metames yadayim. It makes your hands tameh in regard to truma. Rashi says kishar svarim, like other sifrei hakodesh, that they were gozer to that it makes your hands tameh in regard to truma. And so the Gemara says from Shmuel, Esther ain't metames yadayim. Esther is not one of those books. Ask the Gemara, Lemeimer de Savar Shmuel, Esther la baruch hakodesh nemra. Must be that Shmuel holds that Esther was not one of the books, the Svarim, that were written Ruach HaKodesh. Because if it was written with Ruach HaKodesh, then it should be included. Says the Gemara, Amar Shmuel, Shmuel said himself, Esther Baruch HaKodesh Nemra. Esther was said Baruch HaKodesh. Says the Gemara, said, it was said. Nemra Likros, the lone Nemra Lichtav, was said to say over. We were supposed to read it. It was given over with Ruach HaKodesh, just said by heart, Baal Peh. Below nemer lichtov, it was never given over to be written down to become one of the Sefer HaKodesh, and therefore when you touch it, it's not matamas yadayim. Meisvei. Ask the Gemara kasha. 2 lines down. Rameir says, let's get all the shitos here. Rameir is the first shita. Koheles, the Koheles ain't a matamas yadayim. Umachlokus b'shir hashirim, and there's a machlokus whether shir hashirim is matamas yadayim if it's a real sefer. That's Rameir. Rabbi Yossi says the opposite. Shir hashirim matamas yadayim. Shir hashirim is a real sefer, and it's matamas yadayim. Umachlokus b'koheles, the machlokus by koheles. Oh, now let's see the third shita. The third sheet is the sheet of Rab Shimon. Rab Shimon Omer, Koheles mekule beishamei umechumrei beisilo. Koheles is one of the cases where beishamei is more lenient and beisilo is more strict. Aval Rus v'shir hashirim ve'Esther metamas yadayim. But Rus, shir hashirim, and what's important for us, Esther, that is what metamas yadayim. That's metamas yadayim. So therefore, our question is as follows. We just got finished saying, Shmuel got finished saying that Esther's not metamas yadayim. We bring down a brisa here with 3 people, 3 Tanoim, and the last Tana speaks out that Esther is metamas yadayim, and the first 2 Tanoim don't speak about it. So we could assume that they agree with it. So it comes out that, not like Shmuel, that Esther is Mitama Esiyodayim. So how could Shmuel say that? He doesn't have a Tana to back him up. Says the Gemara, Hu da Amar ka Rabbi Yeshua. You remember Rabbi Yeshua that I just spoke to you about, and I told you to remember Shita? He's the one that holds that Shalishim, that it was written 3 times, does not include Esther. So he holds that Esther is not one of the things that were written Baruch Kodesh, is not considered one of the Svarim. So therefore we could say that Shmuel holds like who? That Shmuel holds like Rabbi Yeshua, that says, even though Rabbi Yeshua, the other time that we just mentioned, all agree that Esther is Metama Esiyadayim. Michab? Okay. Says the Gemara, Tanya Reb Shimon Menashe Omer. 2 more minutes. Tanya Reb Shimon Menashe Omer. Koheles ain't Metama Esiyadayim. Koheles is not Metama Yodayim. Mipnei shechachmaso shel Shlomo. Koheles is the Chachma of Shlomo. So it's not considered one of the books that are Matamas Yadayim, the real Svarim. Amrulo, they said to him, Amar, is that all? Just because it was one of the Chachmas of Shlomo HaMelech, it still is considered more chashuv than other things he did. V'alo Kfar Nemer, it already says, Vayidaber. Okay, you know what? It's getting late. Let's stop here. We're getting into a different Gemara. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.